Hi everyone, I'm so happy to have you back. Welcome back to Favorite Talkmate. My name is Sally, and yeah, we have fun here. We talk a lot, we laugh a lot, and we feel free in this channel. Okay, so if you are new to this channel and you have not yet subscribed, come on, do me that favor and click the subscribe button below. So today we are going to be talking about one big topic and one major topic. Okay, so guys, you just got to know you are going to study abroad. Honestly, with human nature, the very first reaction will be a happy reaction. For some people, maybe you apply to come and be abroad. For some people, you never saw the opportunity coming, but it came anyways, and you gladly took it in, and you were like, yes, I'm gonna pack my belongings. Oh, bye friends, bye family, bye home, and I am here abroad, right? It is a happy feeling, like it is a fulfilling feeling, and where I come from, it's seen as success, you know. Hey, so you're going abroad, like it feels like you've made it, you know. It feels like you're going for greener pastures. It feels like your life is now taking charge, like things are beginning to happen in your life. But going abroad is not bread and butter. Maybe for some people it is, but for me and some people who have been abroad that I have associated with, there are some harsh realities that you have to face. Some are harsh realities, some are sweet realities, but you have to face them anyways. So we are going to be talking about that today. So guys, I have my notes on my phone because I don't want to keep on like forgetting or repeating the same thing over and over again. So just allow me to use the notes that I wrote here on my phone. So guys, the number one reality about moving abroad or living abroad or studying abroad or just deciding to go abroad forever is culture shock. Let's face it, guys, of all the countries in the world, each and every country, each and every part of the world has a different culture. Even in Africa, where I come from, Africa is a continent. We have different countries in Africa, and each and every single country has a different culture. So the very first thing that you will face is culture shock. Like, there will be something that is not done in your country that is done in this other country, you know, and you'll be asking yourself so many questions, and you just have to deal with this. For instance, when I came to China, like, I was welcomed by a lot of culture shock, both positive and negative, but most of it is positive. The very first one was like using chopsticks. I come from a country where we use the spoon, and sometimes we use our hands to eat. So guys, I'm in this country where I need to use chopsticks to eat. That was my first culture shock. The second culture shock was that the area in China where I am in, my city is called Hangzhou. The city where I am in, at that time there were very few foreigners. So my second culture shock was people looking at me like I'm an alien, you know. Some kids want to come and touch your skin. Some kids see you and run away, you know. You get into the bus and everyone wants to touch your hair, everyone wants to see your skin. Some people don't even want to sit next to you, you know. That is culture shock. I don't blame them because maybe they grew up they did not grow up in a surrounding with many black people or many foreigners. So it is culture shock. Another culture shock was okay, I'm laughing at this because it's kind of funny. Another culture shock to me was that religion is not really practiced here. So like, it was kind of weird to me because people don't even know who God is. I'm a Christian, you know, so I thought Christianity was global and all that, and I was expecting everyone to know maybe Christianity or Muslim or Hindu. Like, I was just expecting some form of religion, but it is not common here. So guys, like, it must not be limited to the culture shock that I have talked about, but one reality that you must face is the reality of culture shock. Reality that you will face when living abroad is language barrier. So it's not every country that speaks English, it's not every country that speaks French, it's not every country that speaks Spanish, it's not every country that speaks Portuguese, it's not every country that speaks Swahili, it's not every country that speaks blah 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 and blah. No. So for those who there are people who move to countries which speak the same language that they speak. That's a plus for you. So maybe for you, you will not experience the whole language barrier thing. But there's some people who move to other countries in other continents which do not speak the same language that they speak. So if you fall in this category, then expect a wall, a big straight blocked wall of language barrier. But the very good news is that if you have an open mind and you are receptive and you are ready to learn, then you will face the language barrier. You will fight the language barrier. Guys, so for me, when I came to China, I almost got to the next plane back home, because the very first time I got to the airport, guys, hey, I did, like, I'm not even, for me, I came here for study, right? I'm not even at my school yet, at the airport, at Guangzhou airport at that time. So after getting off my plane, I was supposed to transfer to another plane to my city. So just at the airport, language barrier hits me. The worst thing is I misplaced my passport at the airport. So you can imagine what I was going through. You ask someone like, how do I go here? They tell you everything in Chinese. I do not even know how to say ni hao, and you want to explain to me a whole thing in Chinese. Like, it was a huge language barrier. But if you are positive, if you are open-minded, if you are willing to learn, then you will face it. The reality is that, guys, you have to learn. If you are in a new country which speaks a different language, the reality is you have to learn this language. You have to learn this language because it will help you in a lot of things. You are in a different country. You need to socialize with these people. How will you socialize if you don't know the language? You know, you need to do things. You need to go to the bank. You need to go to the market. You need to go to the shop. You just need to have your life in order. So language barrier is a reality that you must face, and in my opinion, you just need to be open-minded, ready, willing to learn the language to make your life easier. That you might face when living abroad, or or something that you need to know when living abroad, is that you need to know, or you need to learn how to plan. Planning is key, guys. Like, planning is key, especially planning financially. So I'm stressing on planning financially because, you know, when you move to a new country, probably the currency they use is different from the currency that you use in your country. It might be higher, it might be lower. If the currency is lower than that in your country, then you are lucky, because, like, you won't be affected a lot. But honestly, if the currency is higher than that in your country, then you are in for it. You're in for it in the sense that you need to plan. You need to plan how to spend, you know, because honestly, no matter how rich you are back home, when you are here, when you get abroad and you run broke, you'll see hell, guys. You will go through fire, because number one, it takes time for transactions to be done from home to here. It takes time, and you have to follow legal procedures. And when you are new, you don't even know how to do the transactions, guys. Like, you're new, you don't know where Western Union is, and in a country like China right now, Western Union does not operate in many places. Like, you will face it. So you need to know how to plan. Number one, know the currency that is being used in the country you're going to. Know how to convert that currency into your currency, you know. Know how to spend such that you will not, like, you will not get broke, because to be honest, it's abroad. It's not home where you make a few calls. Oh, mom, dad, brother, sister, I need this, and within seconds the money is with you. No, it's a different country. Your family is not here. Your relatives are not here. You just need to know how to plan financially, plan socially, just plan your life and just have things heading in the right direction. I forgot to add that you need to know the rules of the country you're living in so that you don't get yourself into any type of trouble, because this is not your country. You did not make the laws in this country, so you can imagine what it will be like to get in trouble in a country that is not yours. So just plan your life, plan your finances, just plan. What you need to know about living abroad is you need to know that you are in a different society, a society that is probably different from yours. For example, Kenya is a democratic country where I come from, but China is a communist country. This therefore means that I have to be very, very, very careful about the things that I talk about. I need to be careful sometimes about the people that I associate with. I need to be careful sometimes about the things that I do online. I need to be careful sometimes about the sites that I visit online. So you just need to know the structure of the country you're getting yourself into. You need to know the legal structure of that country. You need to know the political structure of that country. You need to know the laws of that country. Try your best so that you can know the do's and the don'ts in that country. For example, in China, you cannot just wake up one time and start talking about the president and politics. It's a no. So you need to know this so that you don't get yourself into trouble, So know what to talk about, know people to talk to, know where to be at the right time, know which place to be at. Just try your best to know the do's and the don'ts. Very, very important thing that you should consider when living abroad is that you should learn to push yourself. Learn to push yourself. By saying learn to push yourself, I mean you, as I've said, like I've repeated it severally, you're in a different country, right? You left your family back home, you left your friends back home, you left your support system back home. You're in this island all by yourself. No man is an island, guys. You need people around you. You need someone to ask, hey, how can I go to the grocery shop? You need someone to ask, hey, so what do people do on this holiday? You need someone to ask, hey, where is the bank? Blah, 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 right? So the fact that you need these people means that you need to push yourself, you need to try and talk to the people of that community. Try and blend with the community, try and know who are your neighbors. If you're learning, try and know who are your classmates, who are your schoolmates. If you're working, try and know who are your workmates. You need to try and push yourself, just try and socialize with people, because this will make your life much easier. This will make you know the safe places and the dangerous places. It will make you know the cheap places and the expensive places. It will make you know the places that you should go and the places that you should not go. It will make you know who you should talk to and who you should not talk to. So just try and let it go. Have a free spirit, have a willing spirit, have an open mind, and just try and push yourself to blend with the people of that country. And it will also make your life much simpler. And by doing this, you'll actually find yourself even creating a small family. A small family in the sense that you will find yourself, you will feel at home far away from home. Which it's a sad factor, but you have to face it, is there are times when you will feel lonely. It's a fact. You will feel lonely and you have to deal with it. There is no shortcut to this, guys. You just have to deal with it. So by saying you feel lonely, okay, by feeling lonely, I don't mean that you will not have friends. Yes, probably you might have friends. Yes, probably you might find lovers. Yes, Probably you might find a small circle that you fit in. Yes, all these are probabilities, but the reality is you will still feel lonely. You will still feel lonely in the sense that you left your family back home, like you left people so close and dear to your heart back home, and so you're in this whole country where sometimes, oh, probably someone is having a wedding back home and you're just out of it. Probably there is a celebration going back home and you cannot attend, so you are just lonely, you know. Probably maybe it's Christmas. Like in China, we don't in China the Chinese people don't celebrate Christmas, they don't celebrate Easter, they don't celebrate the New Year on the 1st of January. So these are the three very key events in my country and in my family. So during these events, my whole family is always gathered together, but because of one reason or another, I can't be home. Maybe when they're celebrating Easter, I have classes and I need to attend my lectures. I cannot leave my class to go back. I cannot leave my classes to go back home and celebrate Easter. So what does this mean? I will feel lonely during that time. During Christmas, I have classes. Last Christmas, I even had an exam on Christmas Day. It means I cannot leave my exam to go back home and celebrate with them. So what I'm just trying to put across is that you will feel lonely. Learn how to deal with it. Look at it from the take it positively. Give it a positive perspective and just move on with your life. Accept it. Just know that the people back home, they love you, you love them back, and sooner or later you will be together. And major factor is you should get ready to deal with stereotypes. Stereotypes are all over, guys. Like to be honest, the whole world is stereotypical in one way or another. So just get ready to deal with stereotypes. So on this point, I'm going to break it down into two. Get ready to deal with stereotypes from people in the country where you are in. Get ready to deal with stereotypes from people back home. So let me start on the first point, where I'm going to talk about getting ready to deal with the stereotypes from people in the country where you are in. I will give my example. When I came to China, there was a lot of stereotypes, you know. There are people who could look at me and ask me, where are you from? I'm like, I am from Kenya. Where is Kenya? Kenya is in Africa. Oh, so you came here because you're poor and you want a better life, you know. At the same time, I met people who asked me, where are you from? I'm from Kenya. Where is Kenya? Kenya is from Africa. Oh, so you came here because your family is very, very rich and they sent you here to have a better life than that of other Kenyans. You know, this is a stereotype. The fact that I am from Africa and I come to another country which is probably better than Africa does not mean that I am poor back in Africa. It also does not mean that I am very, very rich back in Africa. No, we all move abroad for different reasons. Some of us move abroad for studies, some move for work, some move to settle in with their loved ones, and some move just because they want that change in culture, that change in environment. So moving from your country to another country does not necessarily imply that you are very poor and you came to this other country to beg. It also does not mean that you are very rich and you have a lot of money to waste, such that you just want to come and waste it in this other country. The second stereotype is the stereotype from people back home. I personally have experienced situations where people call me back home asking me for money. People call me back home asking me for help. People call me back home asking me to finance their lives. Well, it's not bad to ask for help. It's not bad to ask for money. I understand it's not bad. It's only bad whereby you pressure, you keep on giving pressure, or you pressure someone to help you while themselves they are trying to find a way to help themselves. I've had a situation where someone who I knew, and I knew he was working very well, was constantly pressuring me to give him money so that him and his girlfriend can go out and enjoy themselves. I am in China, I am a student, I'm struggling so hard to make ends meet for me. The fact that you are abroad does not mean that there is always money coming in. It does not mean that you pluck money from the trees. The same way the people back home are struggling to earn a living is the very same way that I here in China am struggling to earn that living. So it's not fair like to keep on pressurizing someone from this. So what I'm trying to say is, one reality that you have to face is you have to know how to deal with these stereotypes. You have to know how to handle these. Whole lot that I can talk about when it comes to living abroad. I have been in China for 4 years now. I'm now getting into my 5th year, so I can talk a whole lot about what I've learned personally, what I've learned from other people, and experiences that other people have shared with me. But if we do that, we can do this for a whole day, and there is no time for that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you have learned from this video. And for my viewers who are abroad, kindly leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me your experiences of living abroad, the realities that you have had to face when living abroad. Please leave that in the comment section below. And also to my viewers who are not abroad yet but want to go abroad or something like that, just leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think it is like. Tell me why you want to come. Like, let's just interact in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, come on, press the green button below. Thank you guys. Peace and love. Bye.